And welcome to Talk FC, and welcome back here to the channel, guys, for what is right here a very brief update on the situation of Ousmane Dembélé and just a few thoughts really on the last few days, what he's been up to and exactly what you can expect and what not to read really in the local media. Because I just wanted to bring in this video really before you start to hear things that maybe weren't true and just to nip it right in the bud, because before the media tell you that he's been spending all his time in the last few days spending his time with Benjamin Mendy, of course, player of Manchester City. They posted Snapchats together, they've been on social media, and the media might come out and say that Dembele has been doing that when he should have been doing other things, but it was simply a passing visit from his French teammate Benjamin Mendy, who was actually in Barcelona to see Dr. Cugat about his current injury. It was absolutely nothing in it at all, just a very brief visit with his friend. That was all right there. So Dembele was exactly where he should have been, having returned to Barcelona yesterday, got in on time, following his international with France, no problems whatsoever. And then following his return to Barcelona, this is where I feel there is real hypocrisy here from the Spanish journalists. Upon leaving the Barcelona airport, Ousmane Dembele was surrounded by journalists. As he came out of the airport, he was walking towards his car. He was obviously looking to leave the airport as quickly as possible. He was surrounded by journalists who bombarded him with questions. They were shoving microphones into his face. They were trying to get all around him into a huddle and bombarding him with questions about Ernesto Valverde over and over again, asking him different types of questions, leading questions, basically trying to get something out of him that they could spin in their own favour. Some sort of word from Dembele they could twist and sort of make it into a big story. But luckily, Dembele kept a very cool head. He was looking around, he kept his headphones on at all time, and he simply walked away from those microphones pressing into his face, and he said absolutely nothing. He gave those journalists nothing, and that was exactly the right thing to do. So before those same journalists can print more lies about Dembele, I can tell you now that he arrived at Barcelona training this morning at 10:10 local time, which was 20 minutes before the 10:30 session began, and in doing so, he arrived 20 minutes early. He was one of the first Barcelona players to arrive at the training base. So Dembele has returned from international duty on time. He's arrived at training early, and of course, I'm not saying this is some major achievement from Ousmane Dembele. It's literally what you would expect from a professional footballer, but I just thought those journalists hounding him for quotes after all they've done all throughout this international break is slander him, print lies about him, and talk about him non-stop. That was incredibly hypocritical. They'd actually expect Dembele to give them a single second of his time when all they've done is write about him all week. So hopefully now, from the Dembele standpoint, he can keep this up. The good timekeeping, the professionalism, get to training early. There was rumours as well that he actually left training even later than the session went on. He stayed behind for a few minutes as well to do some extra work. That is what we want to see from Dembele. That is the kind of player that we want at this club. Let's see that now on a consistent basis, and that in itself will produce results. And of course, it's great to see him smiling in training with the rest of the group, with a smile on his face, getting in with the other guys. That is what you want to see. Dembele, keep this up. Please, don't give those journalists any reason whatsoever to write about you. And so that concludes, guys, the very brief update here on Dembele. I just had some time. I finished the tactical preview on Atletico Madrid earlier on today, so I thought I'd just give you an update there on the Dembele situation and just some things that happened before. Like I say, those journalists can write lies and create some more drama that simply isn't there. So leave your thoughts down below, guys. I will see you tomorrow for the Atletico against Barca match preview. I hope you all have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. But until then, as always, Vesca el Barça!